Hey guys, what is up? AwesomeTheSauce here. Hope you guys are having a great day and welcome to a really interesting video. Treasure cards. We know them. We love them. We got a lot of them. Some people got hundreds. Some people don't. But what is the rarest treasure card? Now, a lot of people think they know the answer to this, but I don't think the answer to what the rarest treasure card is honestly that simple, because there are all kinds of glitches in the game. There's all kinds of ways to get really rare TCs. So I thought I'd make a top 5 list because I want to settle the debate of what are the rarest treasure cards in Wizard101. Buckle up, because I did some research for this video and I found treasure cards that I didn't even know existed. Without further ado, let's get right into this top 5 of what I believe are the rarest treasure cards in all of Wizard101. Number 5 on this list, you would be very, very surprised to know, is actually Lifebane. And I know that's probably going to come as a shocker, because I previously thought that Lifebane and Dampen Magic were the rarest treasure cards in Wizard101. That is not true. Lifebane only gets a number 5 because of all the crazy things that have happened in the 10-year lifespan of this game. If you guys don't know what Lifebane is, it's literally like an incoming dispel. So if you're a Death Wizard, you could cast it on a life, and then you can dispel their incoming hit. It's basically a way to prevent them from healing, I guess. So I think it actually makes a lot of sense as a Death Wizard to do it. I've always wished that they were, you know, Fire Banes and Ice Banes and all that, because I feel like opposite school matchups, they feel a little lackluster sometimes. I feel like a spell like Lifebane would make things interesting. Beyond all of that, this is a very, very rare treasure card. It goes for anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 in powers. I've actually looked at the market for these. People have offered on various sites up to $40 just for this one card. But numbers 4 through 1 are rarer on another scale. I bet you haven't even seen some of these. So without further ado, let's get right in to number 4. Number 4 is actually a class of spells. It's not just one treasure card, because I think they're all of around the same rarity. They're all the retired buffs that KingsIsle, I guess, decided were too powerful, so they took them out of the game, but there were just a few copies remaining before they did. So examples of this include a 50% Dragon Blade. This is a real spell that some people actually have in their TC deck. I think it goes without saying that this is one of the craziest spells in the game at the moment. A 50 buff at a universal level, anybody could have this, and they would basically have a pre-enchanted Sharpened Blade in their side deck. If these spells were, if this Dragon Blade actually existed, like, a lot, there's no question about it, everyone would have one in their side deck. That it's a really, really rare card that's also really, really powerful. But it's not a one of a kind when it comes to retired buffs. There's also Astral and Moon buffs that became retired, so I'm putting them on the screen because I don't have these. Look at these hoes. Look at, yeah, just like Spirit Traps and Elemental Traps, Elemental Blades, Spirit Blades, there actually existed Moon buffs. So these are the TCs. Again, these were retired. There were very few copies. It's, I think, pretty unknown from what I could tell where you could even get these, but they did exist probably as drops before they were taken out of the drop table for balancing reasons. Definitely very rare. I don't know how many people actually even have these, but definitely I think it's at least at the level of Lifebane, and I think definitely more unheard of than Lifebane on the rarity scale. But number 3, if these blew your socks off, number 3 is gonna blow your shoes and socks and pants and everything off as everything. Number 3 on this list, and it's on this list because I don't even know how this man's did this. Alright, the only reason I even know about the existence of this is because it's in a house somewhere on this game. Look at this image. This is on Reddit, bro. This blew my mind. Look at this man's just casually putting a Monster Mash on the wall. Number 3 on this list is Monster Mash, because as far as I know, I have no idea how to obtain this treasure card. It is clearly extremely rare. I can only assume that you obtain it through some sort of glitch that they've since patched, and therefore it is a retired treasure card. And unlike Lifebane, I don't think people were ever even meant to get it. I think it's a mistake that it's even a thing that exists. And I'm not joking when I'm saying, like, I don't know where to get it. Like, basically, someone found this treasure card in the bazaar. This is like on a Wizard101 central thread, and someone found it in the bazaar, and Spark himself basically responded to it, and he just called it a legacy item that's no longer a thing that someone happened to sell in the bazaar. So it is sellable in the bazaar, but it's an extremely, extremely rare treasure card. It doesn't add up to me at all. I think People thought that it was a drop from the secret tunnel. It used to be a drop in a test realm, but it might have carried over to live realm until they hot fixed it. Whatever the reason someone might have this in their inventory, if you do have it in your inventory, know that it is one of the rarest cards you could possibly have. And yet, it's only number 3 on this list. What could possibly be crazier than whose man's? What is this list? Let's move on to number 2. I'm geeking out at number 2, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, the next group of TCs are extremely weird because you could only get them through a glitch that happened for 2 to 3 days. Basically, when Reshuffle was getting patched many years ago, there was a glitch where basically pre-enchanted mutate TCs could be enchanted again. So, for example, right, you would train, let's say, mutate Phoenix, and you would train the regular Phoenix, and then you would enchant them, right, in your main deck, and then you would cast a reshuffle, and when you did reshuffle, you would essentially get the mutate as a regular card. So it would look just like this in your hand, except it wouldn't be golden, it would be regular and enchantable. So people took that, and then they put another TC enchant on it. So you would be looking at mutate TCs that are also enchanted added onto it. Now, value-wise, this is kind of crazy because these aren't just like regular mutates. A lot of the times, mutates add damage as a way to make them usable. So a lot of these spells, like Deadly Minotaur, for example, they're already pretty powerful for their pit value, even after the mutate, the regular mutate. So what happens when you enchant them? You get crazy-looking treasure cards like this one. Luckily, they did obviously remove pre-enchant TCs from the game, and honestly, because the glitch lasted for so few days, I don't think that these completely rocked up PvP for too long, but it kind of blows my mind. If someone really wanted to and they made a bunch of these TCs back when pre-enchanting was a thing, could they have just used a bunch of these like crazy and won off of it? I don't know, it kind of blows my mind because these are a group of TCs that only you can make yourself. And you could have only made it when a glitch happened to exist, and it was only a 2 to 3 day window. I wonder if anybody, like a mastermind, could have taken advantage of the glitch in order to get a ton of free rank. It's definitely crazy, but it also calls into question how legit ranks even are, you know? Like, I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, the leaderboards, they don't make any sense. Not only are there all kinds of glitches to boost with leaderboards, but there's also TC glitches. Who knows how many people could have, for example, used an enchanted Minotaur to get a bunch of rank that they otherwise wouldn't have gotten. I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting point for sure, and it blew my mind. I genuinely didn't even know this glitch existed until today. I really doubt it affected PvP too much because of the small window, but I don't know. It is food for thought because who knows how much this could have affected. Who knows? Maybe so little that it doesn't matter, but maybe so much that it's crazy. Now, the very rarest treasure card, which is going to be on the top of this list. Again, this isn't something that I have because I've never done this, but you can only get it through an exploit. So if you think you can get it, it's too late. I'm just putting it into this video because it's very interesting to me. I never knew this existed. So the example that we're going to use is this one. So as you can tell by this Yukai, I don't think anyone even knew this existed. This is, from what I can tell, the single most rarest TC in Wizard101 at the moment. This treasure card was only gotten through data mining through an exploit. So essentially no one in Wizard101 was ever supposed to get this treasure card. I think it was just a scrapped piece of code that never made it into the game, and someone mined the data and made the treasure card for them. This is very bannable, so I please do not recommend doing this. Do not do this. But the fact that it does exist, blows my mind. At the very top of this list is a very illegal treasure card that no one ever really should have been able to get in the first place. But that is what will happen when you have a game like Wizard101, 10 years in the making. So that is my top 5 list. I might have messed up, and let me know if I messed up in the comments. Let me know. Sauce, you're stupid. You forgot this. I'd love to read all the comments about what you think the rarest TCs in Wizard101 are. Guys, let me know what other top 5s you want to see, because I kind of like making these. It makes me do a lot of interesting research into the game, and there's always new stuff to find in Wiz for some reason. As always, drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a sub if you're new. There's tons of links in the description, including my Twitch, my Twitter, my Discord, my Instagram, and of course, my Patreon. And as always, if somebody hasn't told you you're awesome today, they doing something wrong, so stay awesome. And yeah, y'all.